Right, hey guys, it's me again. I'm going to walk you through assignment number 3. It's on page 17 and 18 in your packet. And this is the Punnett square walkthrough. So I've zoomed in really close on the front of this sheet. I'm probably going to do maybe 2 of these with you just to help you do the rest of this sheet. Okay, the instructions are up top, but you can read pretty well. Then they give you an example of a green pea plant being crossed with another green pea plant, but they're a little different because they have different genotypes, different alleles here. So they place big G up top, which is totally fine, and they place big G, little g down the side, and then they filled in their boxes, and then they describe the genotype, and they describe the phenotype. Okay, so number 1, it says a green pea plant, big G, little g, is crossed with yellow pea plant, little g, little g. Okay, so all we have to do is place those alleles above our Punnett square. So the first parent can go up top or down the side, it's up to you, but I tend to put it up top, so we're going to do that real quick. See, so we got big G, little g. Ooh, really bad. Big G, little g. And then it's crossed with a yellow pea plant, little g, little g. Okay, there's a little g. Oh, they look better when I'm drawing them, little g. Okay. Gosh, now this is bad. Okay. Now in this box, we just look up and we look over, and what's going to go there? We're going to have a big G. Come on, God. Oof. And a little g. Come on, Jesus. Oof. Still bad. Here in this box, we're going to have a little g, and we're going to have a little g. Okay, and this is horrible. In this box, we'll have a big G and a little g. And why? Because we're looking up and we're looking over. And in this box, we'll have a little g, little g. Okay, that's horrible. I'm going to try something else in a minute. Okay, oof. Now that's a 1. Oh no. Oh God. Oh, this is bad. Oof, oof, oof. Okay, so what do I have here? Well, maybe it'll help if I draw some colors, maybe. I have 2 squares, oof, that are yellow, right? Okay, so let me change that to yellow. That feels like a good idea. Heck yeah. Look at me. All right. No, maybe it shouldn't be yellow. Maybe it should be transparent, and this should be yellow. All right, that's okay, I guess. We have 2 that are yellow. How do I know that they're yellow? Because they're both little g, little g. It's a recessive allele. How do I know it's a recessive allele? Well, this pea plant has both the recessive alleles, or both the little g's, and it turned out to be yellow. So that means yellow is recessive. That means what's dominant? Well, green is going to be dominant, right? Okay, so we end up with these guys over here being green, and I can show that to you. Boom. Wow, I'm so good with computers. We have big G, little g, big G, little g. So we have a 2 to 2, or we can say 1 to 1 ratio here. Okay. What I like for you to do is just do the Punnett squares. Don't worry about the ratios. We can talk about those another time if you'd like to talk about those. If you know how to do the ratios and you like to do them, go for it. Here, we'd set it up the same way. We've got big T, and we've got big T, little t. Let me pause. I'm going to try and do this differently. I'm going to try and put actual letters up top instead of trying to scribble. Okay, so maybe you try this one on your own. Pause me now. It's going to pop up really quickly. This is after I have my Punnett square set up, and I can go in and I can fill these boxes in. So you try and fill the boxes in. This is filled in. We got big T, big T, big T, big T, big T, little t, big T, little t. So how many of these are going to be tall, dominant trait? Well, no, this one's going to be tall. Obviously, it has both the tall alleles. I know this one's going to be tall, has both the tall alleles. I know this one's going to be tall. It has 1 tall allele and 1 short allele. Okay, short is the recessive trait. How do I know that? Well, tall is the dominant trait. Short must be the recessive trait. But since it's 1 dominant trait and 1 recessive trait, the dominant trait expresses itself, so to be tall, and this one will be tall. So what percentage will be tall? Well, 100% are going to be tall, right? So let's look on the back now. Let's do an example that's on the back. I have this. I haven't zoomed in as close. Let me zoom in a little closer for. Well, let me not actually. Okay. So I'll just do one more with you. And if I need to do more examples, you can definitely let me know, and I can do that for you. Number 1 says a homozygous dominant brown mouse is crossed with a heterozygous brown mouse. Tan is the recessive color. So we've got to decide on a letter to use for this Punnett square. It truly doesn't matter what letter you use. You can use A's, you can use T's. I tend to steer away from P's because I can't tell which one's capital and which one's lowercase. So here I'm going to use the letter of the dominant trait, which is brown. So big B is going to represent brown. Oh my gosh. Y'all. Okay, and what's going to represent tan? Not a T. Okay, don't put a T there. The recessive trait is expressed with a B, a lowercase b. Okay, so that is a homozygous dominant brown mouse. It's homozygous dominant. That means homozygous means same. Dominant means the big trait. So it has 2 capital B's. Come on, God. Okay. This is heterozygous brown mouse. It means it's 2 different letters. Okay, so we got big B and a little b. Now all we have to do is put that in a Punnett square. So we draw a Punnett square here. Just like that. Beautiful square. Wow. Okay. We place our alleles on the Punnett square. So you do that, it's going to pop up right here. A Punnett square set up correctly, right? I've got the homozygous dominant brown mouse up top and the heterozygous brown mouse on the bottom, okay, or on the side. We can just fill out the Punnett square now. So you do that really quickly. Pause me if you need to. You filled out. All right, this is going to be a brown mouse. This is going to be a brown mouse. This is going to be a brown mouse. Even though it has a recessive allele, it has a dominant allele as well. And by its name, the dominant allele is going to dominate and become the one that is expressed phenotypically, right, as a physical trait. So this is going to be a brown mouse, and this is going to be a brown mouse. So how many brown mouse do we have? Well, 100% of the offspring will be brown mouse, and we could do this cross and find that to be true. We would end up with no tan mice. Okay. I think that's the last one I'm going to do. If you have any questions, you can definitely email me or come to my Zoom / Google Hangout meetings. Pay attention to those on Google Classroom. It's all there for you. Let me know if you have questions, all right?